Recovering from an ankle sprain can feel endless. You're finally cleared to move, but every brace you try limits the natural function of your ankle. Most braces block that natural push-off movement required for return to sport and activity. What if you could protect your ankle, but still move naturally? Today, I am reviewing the TayCo AthleticX Brace, which is an over-the-shoe design trusted by those in the NCAA and the NFL leagues, which give you stability without taking away your power. Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Sonam, and I'm an interventional sport medicine physician. I make videos on injection, aftercare, recovery tools, braces, and more. This video is sponsored by TayCo Brace, but all opinions are my own. My link below automatically applies my affiliate code DrSonam20 for $20 off their braces. It is important to note, before I agree to make any recommendations of bracing products, I always thoroughly assess them to see if I would feel comfortable using them in my practice. This brace surprised me, and I'm excited to share it with you all today. Most lace-up and compression ankle braces jam the front of your ankle joint, which is the key area required to dorsiflex and plantarflex your foot, the ability to push off. Boots and Aircasts immobilize you completely, and while that is fine in the acute stages of an injury, they're useless later on. The challenge is, how do we stabilize an ankle without blocking crucial movement for activity? Mainly, how do we maintain lateral stability so the ankle doesn't roll again while allowing that explosive push-off or toe-off position of the foot and ankle joint? This is where the TayCo AthleticX Brace comes in. It is an over-the-shoe design that you slip in, tighten the Kevlar reinforced straps, and it uses your shoe as part of the bracing mechanism to give you that ankle stability while maintaining push-off power of the joint. I have to admit, I was quite surprised by this brace because when I initially received it, my first thought was, it's a bigger, bulkier brace. But as soon as I put it on, I was shocked with the level of comfort and ease of use. This brace moved with me, and it allowed me to still walk my dog, move up and down hills without feeling like I was restricted, while still providing me with that lateral stability that we want after recovery from an ankle sprain. You get about 2.4 times more lateral stability with this brace when compared to lace-up braces that go inside the shoe on the market. Now the key is, while you maintain that lateral stability, you still have dorsiflexion and plantarflexion of the joint. It's lightweight, durable, relatively easy to put on, has neoprene padding on the inside for comfort, and overall is supportive without feeling restrictive. When I recommend a brace, whether it's for an athlete or an active person returning to sport and activity, there are three main things I look for. Number one, true lateral stability. So does the brace prevent inversion and eversion of the ankle? If someone is going back to sport and activity after an ankle sprain, we want to make sure that we maintain that lateral stability so they can feel confident while walking on uneven ground, playing pickleball, or going back on the field playing a football game. Number two, freedom of movement. While we are trying to restrict certain planes of movement, I still want to make sure that the joint is able to move naturally in the other planes. So in the state of an ankle, I wanted to avoid inversion, eversion, but I would still like patients to have the ability to heel and toe off so they can walk comfortably, they can push off when they're on the field, or they feel like they have the ability to run in the actual ankle brace. And number three, comfort. This is arguably the most important thing when choosing any brace. If a patient does not find it comfortable and easy to use, they will simply never use it. So that's an extremely important third item that I look for in all of my braces. The TayCo AthleticX Brace checks all three boxes for me. While it's not meant for acute recovery, it is a great option for those who are now looking at that additional level of ankle support while getting back to the activities they love to do. The one other interesting thing about this brace is because it can be used over the actual cleat, it's very easy to use over athletic footwear, and also can be used in acute ankle sprain. So if someone is on the field, they acutely sprain their ankle, they're a high-level athlete and they need to finish that game, instead of taping the ankle joint and sending them back on the field, you can put this over the actual cleat itself, tape it on the patient, have them finish the game and do the full reassessment afterwards. Now, I don't recommend that for average patients, but it can be done in high-level athletes when there is a lot on the line. So what are the pros and cons of this brace? I always like to review the benefits and risks of treatments, and I like to review the pros and cons of braces. Number one, it is bulkier than most lace-up ankle braces, and that's because of the over-the-shoe design. Now, interestingly, even though it looks bulkier, it weighs relatively the same as a lace-up ankle brace. Number 2, you do need a stable shoe to use this brace. So this brace would not be good for those wearing minimalist shoes. It does need a shoe with a stable base of support to provide that overall stability to the ankle joint. Number 3, it is not meant for early immobilization. So if you need an Aircast or a walking boot, that is specifically prescribed to you because we don't want your ankle joint to move, neither inversion, eversion, or dorsiflexion, plantarflexion. Lastly, it does have a higher upfront price point when compared to lace-up ankle braces. On average, TayCo Brace does see that you get around 2 years of heavy athletic use out of this. So for those who are not using it as much, you actually may even get longer. So what are the main benefits now of this brace? Number 1, over-the-shoe design and ease of use once it's set up. This brace can be used on almost any shoe on the market as long as it's got a stiffer sole available to it. So you can put it in your athletic shoes, in your cleats, in your working boots, and in your hiking boots. And I think the versatility is actually one of its main benefits. Number 2, it keeps you mobile while stabilizing your ankle. So it allows you to maintain that natural dorsiflexion and plantarflexion of your foot, which is imperative in your walking cycle, as well as when you're playing sports and trying to push off, whether it's running or jumping. There is a lot of evidence showing that the quicker we can get someone back to activity, the better they do long-term and the better it is for their overall health. Number 3, it is trusted by elite teams. There are athletes in the NCAA and in the NFL, the National Lacrosse Leagues, that are actively using this during games because of the added level of support and the ability to use it on cleats. If it's good enough for an athlete in competition, it's definitely great for any active individual looking to get back into activity. Number 4, a brace that is built to last seasons. I have heard from countless patients and friends that when they use lace-up ankle braces in their cleats or sports shoes, they constantly need to replace them every year because they get chewed through and eaten. Now, the TayCo AthleticX Brace does last on average around 2 years. And for those that have parts of the brace that need to be replaced, they actually sell replacement parts, which I find amazing. So you can repair and replace whether it's the straps, the bottom strap, if needed, which I find extremely valuable in a brace. For athletes and active patients looking for stability without losing power, the TayCo AthleticX Brace is one of the best designs I have tried. If you're interested in learning more about this brace, check out my link down below. It will automatically apply my affiliate code DrSonam20 for $20 off any of their braces. If you know someone who's looking to get back to activity after suffering from an ankle sprain, or someone who is prone to rolling their ankles, make sure to share this video with them. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. And remember, subscribe for more evidence-based sport medicine content. For now, that's all.